I like to think that I'm a very interesting person. So when I put out a sticker asking you to ask me questions, and then you ask me questions about PAU, and you ask me questions about career, I am very angry, just so you know. Very angry because that tells me that you're not interested. You don't like me like that. What you like is career, career. Why would you like career, 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 career? PAU, PAU, PAU. Eh? What happened to, oh, where are you traveling to next? Who's that boy in your life? Spicy, spicy questions that you'd be asking other, other creators. I'm very angry because these people just be asking me career, career. Hmm. Anyways, what can I do? That's what you asked. That's what I'm going to answer. So in today's video, I'm going to be answering questions regarding PAU. So I'm going to split this into about two. So there's going to be another one which is going to answer a couple of other questions. But because the questions about PAU were lots more, I decided, you know what, today's video is going to be very short, very brief, very straight to the point, and I'm going to be answering questions that I've gotten about PAU. So let's just go straight into it because you guys obviously don't like me enough to ask me other questions. Mind you, I've left or I've been out of PAU for a year now, but you guys, that's still what you care about. It's okay. It's okay. Let's just go straight into it, shall we? All right. First question: how do I get admission into PAU? My original answer to that is: how do you get admission into any school? Huh? How? Ah, God. Anyways, I'm going to put ask me anything. So I'm going to answer the question. Sis, the way to do this is to visit the school's website, look at the requirement, see if you fit the requirement. If you do, pay the registration fee or the admission fee, fill in your form, provide all the things that you need, write exams, pass the exams, go to school, and become a student. That's it in a nutshell. The same way you enter school anywhere else, I believe. Anyways, I hope that that answers it. But if you need more clarity and more help with that, I would say that you should really, really visit the school website. That's the best place to start from. Okay? All right. Next question is talking about exams, admission exams into PAU. Mind you, I'm using this. So if you see me bend down, is this. All right. So admission exams into PAU. I'll tell you the truth. When I wrote my admission exams into PAU, it was vibes and inshallah. I wasn't sure that I wanted to go for my master's yet. So I was just doing it because let's just go there. And so I didn't necessarily read a lot. I can't even say that I read anything special. I didn't even know that it was possible to ask for past questions because I've had people ask me about past questions. I didn't think about it. So that's why when I tell you that getting into PAU is the easy part because what you're going to use is residual knowledge. They're asking you questions from probably what you learned in school for your BSc. So it's questions around quantitative, verbal, English, a little bit of math, then an oral interview and essays. So these are things that you're able to do as long as you graduated from like you've gotten your first degree. You know these things, they're easy. So that's like don't think too deep about it. Don't deep it. Don't make it too deep. Just you'll be fine. Like I say it with full confidence, like you'll be fine. Just as long as you have gone to school before, you can do all these things. So just prepare for like an essay, prepare mathematics, prepare for English, residual knowledge, get ready for like an interview, oral interview, and you'll be good. That, in my opinion, is how you go about it. There's nothing special there. What you should be worried about is after you've entered the school, how do I make sure that I actually survive it and pass and come out and graduate with flying colors and be good? And that's it. So you'll be fine, in my opinion. Residual knowledge. And if you must do extra, go and read all this. Your what's this thing? Go. Yeah, go and read that. You'll be fine with it. Or verbal reasoning. Another question here says, any other financial expenses aside school fees in PAU? I would say that accommodation, feeding, transportation, depending on where you stay. What else? Maybe sometimes you might need to buy like a book, but I don't think that it is compulsory. That's like based on how you feel and what you're probably studying. But of course, if you're going to school, you need to have like enough money to take care of yourself for the whole of 1 year. So there might be expenses that will come up aside from your school fees. So just prepare for that. Next question. I don't know what number it is now. Link to accommodation, agents, and then location. At this point, I can actually tell you where I stayed. I stayed at Shakpati. So if you are around like PAU, you know Shakpati. That was where I stayed. Do I have a link to the accommodation? I no longer have a link to the accommodation. It's been over a year. I've changed my phone. I've moved houses. Like I don't have it. I don't have like the details of the agent anymore. It's been a year, guys. Please cut me some slack. I don't have all of that information anymore. So I've moved away from there. So I'm sorry that I cannot help you further. So if you ask me this question, if you've asked me this question before, this is the real answer. I really don't have. I can try to reach out somebody, but I think that you can also find people who already stay in PAU or around there to get more information. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Next question is, how much is school fees? Come on, come on. What happened to going to the school website and find that out? Let's not be lazy, please. Let's not be lazy. Okay. Now I'm going to go deep into some questions that are now like very deep. This one here says PAU or studying abroad. Hmm. I've never studied abroad, right? I've never studied abroad, so I really don't know. And that's me being as honest as possible. I don't know. When I decided I was going to go to PAU, it was like I was thinking about. Actually, the real story is when I was thinking about going to PAU, I wasn't thinking about going to PAU. I was thinking about going to Unilag. I'd written Unilag's exams, and then one of my mentors said, "Why are you going to Unilag? Go somewhere. Go to PAU. If you must school in Nigeria, go to PAU." So I decided to go to PAU. So I would say the same thing to you. If you must school in Nigeria, go to like private investors. Go to PAU. PAU is a good option. But then if you ask me PAU or abroad, I don't know because I've never been there. But I know there's some people who are there love it, and so it depends on what you want for yourself. It depends on where you're currently at. It depends on what your finances are. It depends on what you're trying to achieve, right? If you know that probably you want to jackpot and schooling is an opportunity for you, then maybe you want to go abroad. If you know that you actually want to build a career here, you want to have like a network here in Nigeria. Like I was telling somebody the other day, that one of the good things that going to PAU has helped me with would be the fact that I have network here in Nigeria. I have people who work at different places for my set, and I can always call upon them to say, "Hey, I need to get this thing done. Help me." So that's like some good thing. So if that's something that you want, if that's something that's important for your career, then maybe PAU. But if you're going to ask me to genuinely tell you which is better than which, I cannot because I have never had the opportunity of studying abroad. So it would not be a fair comparison. But what I can tell you is that my experience in PAU was great. I loved it, and I'm happy that I did. But then at some other time in my life, when I'm ready to get like an MBA, I might most likely not do it here in Nigeria. I might try to go abroad somewhere else. So I would research and find out what's best for me. So I would say, in all honesty, research, decide on what you want for your life, where you see yourself, what are things that you think are important for your career or where you're trying to go to. And if PAU fits into it, then definitely go for it. But I cannot, in all honesty, give you like an answer to say this one or this. I think that sometimes we think that people on the internet have the answers to our questions. But the truth is, we're just winging it, or at least I'm just winging it. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my research. I'm talking to people around me to find out what's the best. And at the end of the day, I make a decision and I stick by it. So that's what you got to do. Another question here is, how has it been 1 year after Pan Atlantic University? And for that one, I'm going to say that I'm going to make a whole video telling you about my 1 year after getting a master's degree. So just hold on for that. I do have a couple of other questions about career and building my career. And I'm going to say that I'm going to have another session or another set of questions and answer, where I answer more of that. But for this was just focused on answering some of the questions that I've gotten a lot about Pan Atlantic University. And I hope that you find it helpful one way or another. And until next time, I'm Jessica Fortunes. Bye, guys.